Welcome to Stormwater Drainage Solutions. In today's video, we're going to be showing you how to connect different types of drainage pipes to a clay terracotta drainage pipe or a VCP drainage pipe. VCP stands for Vitrified Clay Pipe. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the easiest way to do this is to get a rubber cup link, also known as a rubber boot or a fernco. Now, I understand this one doesn't have a metal shield around it. If you can find one with a metal shield that goes from clay to Schedule 40, then go ahead and get that. But if you can't find one that has a metal shield on it that is the correct size that you need, what you can always do is after you make your connections and you have your pipe and everything set the way you want it in the trench, you can use either concrete or mortar, and you can mix that up and put that around the connection to make a good solid seal over it. Now, depending on the municipality that you're in, your area, you might not want to do this if it's a sanitary system because it might not pass code, but for drainage, just storm drainage or farm drainage, it'll work just fine. You're not going to have any issues. All right, so the way we're gonna do this, once you have your fernco cup link. Now, the one I have is sized from 4-inch clay pipe to 4-inch Schedule 40. But I'm gonna show you how to make this one work with SDR 35, corrugated, and triple wall. So to go from your clay pipe to Schedule 40 is pretty straightforward. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna use either a flathead screwdriver to loosen up the bolts on here, or you're going to use a 3/16 nut driver to loosen these up. I'm going to go ahead and just use that because it's going to make it faster. Okay, so once these are loosened up, you have your clay pipe exposed fully in your trench all the way around it. You don't want it jagged like this. You don't want to connect onto something like that. You're going to want to take a grinder with a masonry bit and you're going to want to cut that part off and make a smooth cut, as smooth as you possibly can. That way the pipe looks something like this. Now you're going to take the larger size of that rubber cup link that fits on the clay pipe and you're going to go ahead and push that on there. And you want to make sure that it seats all the way on there so that that clay pipe is pushed up against the seal on the inside of the rubber cup link. Then the next step is going to be taking whatever drain pipe that you're connecting into it and sliding it on the other end. So I'll go ahead and we'll just kind of push the Schedule 40 in there. Now it's going to be a tight fit, so you're going to have to kind of finesse it to get it in there. And it's a lot easier, honestly, when you're working down in the trench and your clay pipe that you're connecting onto is not moving around like this because it's stationary, it's set already in the ground. There we go. So same thing, you want to push that Schedule 40 or whatever drain pipe you're using all the way until it seats on the inside of the rubber boot. So the next step is your hose clamps. You want to get the hose clamps set back up, and they need to be between these ridges that are on your rubber cup link. And what I like to do when you're working down in the trench is make sure that the nuts are facing up. That way it's easy to tighten them and work on them. So like I said, you can either use a flathead screwdriver or you can use a 3/16 nut driver. So you're going to go ahead and make sure that hose clamp is lined up in between those ridges on the rubber, and then you're going to tighten it down. Now I like to tighten each one of them a little bit at a time. That way there's no shifting and I can fix anything if it starts to move. Now when you tighten these down, you don't want to overdo it. Like, don't torque it. Just do it a little bit. And that's it. Just so it's nice and snug and it makes a good hold and a good seal. Now, I understand this one doesn't have the shield around it. If you can find or get one with a shield, that is better because that's rated for underground use. If you're doing sanitary, I would highly recommend that you get the shield. The inspector, if you are having it inspected, is going to be looking for that. If you're just doing farm drainage or storm drainage, residential, whatever around your house, go ahead and use concrete, or even better, type S masonry mortar. That is the best for underground use for utilities. And you're going to mix that up, form it around your connection, and then once that hardens up, that's it. It's going to protect this rubber coupling and you're not going to have any issues with it. So let me go ahead and let me loosen these hose clamps up. I'm just going to loosen the one so I can take my schedule 40 out of there, and I'm going to leave this one connected on to the clay pipe because you already know how that works. So with the schedule 41, obviously your SDR 35, when that pushes in there, it's very loose. So the connection is not going to be the greatest if you just leave it like that and just tighten your hose clamp down. I mean, granted, you can tighten it down where it holds on there, as you can see. I mean, I could probably pick it up. So it'll hold on there. But if you want to make that connection better, what you can do is you can take a coupling for your SDR 35. You would go ahead and just, solvent weld that on there, prime it, solvent weld it, and then that coupling is going to thicken it up, and that is going to allow it to push in there. Let me go ahead and loosen the hose clamp a little bit more. That's going to give you a much snugger fit on your rubber coupling. And then you would go ahead and just tighten that down in your trench. And now you have a lot better solid connection. Now, granted, you can find these rubber couplings where it goes from clay pipe to SDR 35, so you don't have to do this extra step. But if you can't find that, then this will work. So obviously, SDR 35 and triple wall pipe, same outer diameter, so you could do the same exact thing. As you can see, it fits in there very loosely. You could go ahead and tighten that down, or you could just use the coupling, make a solid connection on here with your glue, and you could tile tape that up as well. And then same exact thing, you would just push it in there, tighten the clamp down, and then put your mortar. So the final connection that we're going to do here is going to be if you're running, say, a corrugated pipe for farm drainage or for residential drainage, whatever the case may be. If you're connecting into it, you're going to take, this is an NDS corrugated to PVC adapter. So this will press into your corrugated, and that's what's going to make your connection onto your corrugated. Now, it'll be the same exact thing. When you try to push this in here, it's going to be loose. So what I would always do is I would take the SDR 35 coupling, because this NDS adapter is for adapting corrugated to schedule 35. So you could go ahead and glue that coupling onto this adapter, and then you would just go ahead and just slide that coupling into here and tighten it down on your hose clamp. And then for this part here, I would recommend tile taping that. Tile tape that up really good with your PVC or polypropylene tile tape. That way you have a good connection that doesn't move. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed that video on how to connect different types of drainage pipes to VCP or terracotta clay pipe. If you did, give us a thumbs up. It really supports us. It supports the channel, helps out what we do. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below, and I will do my best to answer them. If you need drainage in the Tampa Bay area, whether it's French drains, downspout drains, channel drains, give Stormwater Drainage Solutions a call at 813-614-3456. We got you covered. Until next time, this is SWDS signing off.